want to ask you the first question quickly before I let my great colleagues follow up with some questions. What is your general assessment of your team against Nigeria? And is there light at the end of the tunnel after the game?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. And then once again, I was here yesterday. Yeah, I think that the game plan was really to take some spaces in the game and to be very wary of their transitional strength. And so we play to our strengths, and then we try to limit their possibilities, because they are also very dangerous in the transitions, and then also dangerous with the set pieces. So these are areas that we really focus on, and we knew that in the game we were going to control greater part of the game, and we needed to have the right patience and calmness to create decent opportunities to bury. But I think that it was a very tight game, and we control greater part of the game. I would say we're lucky also not to concede, because in set games you can easily concede, and it's positive with a scoreless draw. The game is open, and we've seen each other, and they'll plan around us, and equally we will also plan heavily against them on Saturday.
All right, guys, to avoid this drama of moving microphones up and down, just mature your voice. Coach, I'm so comfortable. Just mature your voice and then you ask the question. Yes, sir. Mutar, hold on. Yes, sir. Your name and your media house, please.
Please, Paul Yabo, Happy FM.
Right.
Coach, we saw your captain today was not in the party. Passes were not going through, but you kept him in the game for a long time. Do you think that tactically that also affected the Galaxies?
I will not say so. I think that there were a lot of positives in terms of the spaces that he covered. He's the machine, and he did what he was supposed to do at that material moment, and it was the right time for us to vary our tactical orientation in terms of switching to find the necessary spaces, with our centre backs stepping in more into the channels so that we can play our wing attackers inside the half spaces and allow our fullbacks who were turned into wing backs to go further up the pitch.
Mutala, please.
Coach, Mutala, Media General. When
Hold on. Media General is big. Which one is Media General, please?
CV3.
Thank you very much.
Coach, in the first half, we saw that there was a bit of lack of movement up front. So, Kotoko striker, I always forget, Amwa was a bit dormant up front. But when Jerry Efrie came on, we saw him moving up and down. Would you say that with what you've seen from Jerry in the second leg on Saturday, he could have a start?
He's part of the team, and everyone could start. We have 26 players in camp, and we only had 18 making up the team and 11 starting. Jerry is very mobile. He's a positive player. We need to gradually graduate him into the men's game. In as much as we appreciate what he's doing, we need to also fine-tune his transition into the top levels, because when the game starts, so many things can happen, and when you see the game and then come up with tactical reorganization, it gives you a lot of possibilities. I think that he came in with our tactical adjustments, and so it suits him clearly, and the type of players we have, we play to their strength. So Jerry is just one of the 26 players that we have in camp, and yes, why not? Maybe he could be a starter, maybe another one could be a starter, but he will still create and put some value into what we're trying to do for Ghana.
All right, sir. The one in the middle, yes, please. You. Yes, your name and your media house, yes.
Yeah. My name is Adamu Muftar, Radio Good. You invited a number of players before whittling them down to 26. But what you saw today, would you say these are the best players we have in our league?
Absolutely. Yesterday I answered a similar question, and the point is that it is not possible for you to have every player, and it's not also possible that every player looks like the same person. Every player has a different quality, and we look at what we want to do, and we look at what we have created in terms of the style of play, and we look at who can fit in at that material moment. So in your face, this player might be a better player than the other one, and in another one's face, that player fits into what he wants to do. And so it's all about the institution of the programs that is in place. That makes you feel that player A is fitting in and then player B is not fitting in. But that doesn't mean player B is rated ahead of this or player C is rated ahead of this. It would be premature to say that this is the only materials that we have or these are the best that we have in the country. But as for what we are doing, you are playing only one game. And if you are playing only a two-legged game, what else would you do rather than to sieve and then prune the number down to a more appreciable level to get into a two-legged game?
All right, the young man at the back, yes. Your name and which media house?
Kelvin also has a Footy Ghana.
For which way?
Footy Ghana.
Footy Ghana.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask Hafiz?
No. Okay, for
All right. So I think the players were too careful in the first 45 minutes. I don't know whether the performance of the Black Stars was riding, so you guys were too careful and cautious not to make mistakes. Was that playing on your mind? And how did it affect that first half?
Thank you for having me here. It's not like we are too careful, but it's the style of play that we came along with. We have to take our time and study the opponent first before we react on what to do next. So that's why you see us taking our time observing the team. So that's how it is.
Footy Ghana, is that all the question? No question for coach?
All right, coach. I know you're a very, conservative manager. If you don't score, your opponent doesn't score you. That is how I have known you for, your league sample. Now, judging from this point, goalless, how difficult is it now going to Nigeria, trying to prevent them from scoring, and also trying to, get a goal at your opponent?
I think I had earlier on answered this one. I had earlier on answered this by saying that it was better to have a scoreless draw rather than to have a scoreline draw. What I mean is that technically the game is bearing now. So we are going into a new game, and it doesn't matter where the game is being played. I believe that in Africa now officiating cannot be too bad in the sense that this was our home game, but there was nothing that we're playing and hoping for any favor in terms of officiating. We just have to play. And I believe that where we're going to play the game also, the pitch is one of the best, is the only approved pitch in Nigeria, and so it's the best. I believe that the most important aspect of our team is we played with the best energy. The boys came with the right effort, and they performed. Results, come, when sometimes you don't control it. But I believe that they will control the game again. We will control the game, and they will open up, and then the game will be open. But even that one, you cannot just go and play a game and just open out. Definitely, you are going to think about scoring, and then you are also going to think about that. I need to keep a clean sheet. As much as possible, we'll try to keep a clean sheet, but I want to believe that we will surely score. We will score. We will open up something, and as for the rest, I don't control that, but I control, the energy. I control the effort. I control the performance. But the results, we don't control it. But these aspects, I can trust in these boys that is what I told them in the dressing room. I think Rebecca said, we try say, I think that sometimes decisions be at me call, and I'm not sure I'll be the first or the last coach to have this feeling. It's just that now a person be, we needed something positive and we needed some injection. Now a PBB say a mobile, because I think that we have put in a lot into getting these boys to this level, and some decisions be definitely your industry, yes, you mistakes. So now, match officiating, so almost many mistakes. It's just one of those ones, and sometimes when we reflect, we think, I should have toned down a little, I'll try to control that. It's just one of it. I'm not too emotional about this. I know how to control even success and then and when things don't go well. But this was just one of it, just to have some injection.
All right, 2 questions. Just you, if I don't call you, I'm sure I will down the road. You.
Okay, coach. My name is
After you wrap it up.
from Auto FM. My question is, how will you rate the back line of the Nigerian team? Do you think there is a weakness that we can capitalize on? And secondly, I think 2022, we went there with former Olympics coach. We beat them 2-0 over here. Then they beat us 2-0 over there, but we were able to qualify with penalties. Would you say if you are not able to qualify us, it's going to be a failure on your side?
I don't think so. We have always failed before. Even you have failed before. You still exist. Once you have tomorrow to leave, then you have something to change in your career. I have failed before, but I'm still here going. I don't look at the failures. I look at the lessons from failures. So we are positive. But if this is your thinking, I don't think like that. Even if we don't qualify, it's still positive. What is positive about this is that these boys have been exposed to a certain level of our Ghanaian league, and this is the page that we want to print out, that we are expressing our domestic competition structure to the rest of Africa and the world. And so we are not perturbed about, we are not even thinking about that. We are just thinking about how to prepare and get to Nigeria and get onto the pitch and play.
Last question for Coach, and I'll take it from you. Yes, I promise you. Yes. Your name and your media.
Yeah, Coach. My name is Benjamin Saki from Ghana. So I realize we have a goal scoring issue. First half, we got a couple of chances, we squandered them. Second half, I think Jerry gave us more mobility up front, as you said.
But he didn't score.
Struggled. He still struggled. It wasn't enough to give us a goal. How do you intend to fix it going forward?
I think it's better to be creating. When you continue to create, finishing is just a decision. You know, maybe we needed one more pass to make the chance bigger. Maybe it was an opportunity, not a chance. You know, sometimes it's just an opportunity, not a chance. Maybe we needed one more dribble. We needed a more decent cross. You know, to put will unlock the opponent. And we needed the times when we made attempts. The goalkeeper also scored higher marks. So sometimes it's important to appreciate the opposition also, that the opposition goalkeeper also stood out, because in very sticky situations, even in the first half, he was the pillar behind. In the second half, in certain sticky situations, he was the pillar behind. So if the goalkeeper was a weak link, definitely these goal attempts would have resulted into a different story. And so I think it is very important that we continue to create chances and continue to believe in what we are doing or unlock.
2 questions for Hafiz and area of. Thank you very much, Coach. Yes, the man for you, the player. We are done with Coach, yes. You have no question for the player? Yes, please ask.
I think in recent time, Black Stars haven't been giving us the result that we wanted, and Black Galaxians were expecting to give us something to smile of today. That didn't come to pass. What would be your message to the supporters?
Oh, we the players, we came onto the pitch for 3 things: is win, lose, or draw. And unless willing, we had draw. So we keep on to say to the supporters that they should support us and pray for us in any time. We will deliver for them as soon as possible.
Mutala.
Hafiz, playing in Nigeria can be very intimidating. Have you guys psyched your mind, even prior to this game, that you are going into a difficult one? Now you played a goalless draw here. What does it make it more difficult? Does that make the job more difficult going into Nigeria?
Not at all, because our head coach has taught us a lot that we could display on the field of play. So when we go out there and we give out our best, we know victory will be ours. So we are not afraid of anyone.
So can you assure Ghanaians that you're going to win?
Yes, inshallah. We are going to qualify for Ghana.
All right, so this is where we wrap it.